This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Our top story, the U.S. Supreme Court refuses to hear a dispute over a beachfront treehouse, bringing a 4-year battle between the city of Holmes Beach and an Anna Maria Island couple to an end.
The couple now seemingly forced to tear that treehouse down. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from that beachfront treehouse with the very latest. Jess?
Good evening, Jacqueline and Scott. What you're seeing tonight behind me is a show of protection for this treehouse. The community is linking arms, defending it from what's likely to come next, its demolition. But even as the fight continues to save it, the Supreme Court has spoken, and unfortunately, there might not be much left to do for this couple.
It's been a long road, so it's disappointing. We're kind of at the loss as to what to do right now.
This $30,000 treehouse could soon see its final days after Lynn Tran's last hope. The U.S. Supreme Court decided it won't hear their case.
Maybe City Hall will have a change of heart and will work with us on coming up with some good resolution.
She and her partner Richard Hazen, who was not up for speaking on camera today, have been battling the city of Holmes Beach over the treehouse since 2013, 2 years after it was built. The couple says they received verbal permission from the city to build the treehouse, but after it was up, someone complained, and the city told them they needed a permit for it. The couple applied for one, but were denied. The city's reasoning being the structure is built too close to the water. So they took the issue to court. After district court wouldn't hear the case, it ended up in the hands of the U.S. Supreme Court, which only hears 80 out of thousands of cases they're asked to take on each year. Tran left feeling like her rights were violated.
It's our rights, it's also other people's rights. I don't have any word for it. It's you do according to the book and you're going to end up losing everything. So.
Tran and Hazen haven't yet talked to their attorney, who's down with the flu, about what's next. After speaking with Tran, I went to City Hall to see what they had to say about this final ruling. The city still isn't commenting publicly on the case. However, the mayor did say he hopes this is the end of it. Mayor Bob Johnson said the city will discuss with Tran and Hazen what the next steps are. And until it comes down, the $50 a day fines continue to add up. The couple has been fined since September 22nd, 2015, according to Mayor Johnson. That's 838 days worth, or $41,900. Tran and Hazen have spent well over $100,000 on this fight. And if it meant they could still save the treehouse, they'd spend more.
Maybe I can do something and move it back, who knows? But I can't move the tree.
The city has also spent well over $100,000 in this battle just to pay their attorney for the Supreme Court hearing. That was nearly $13,000. Reporting live on Holmes Beach, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. New details in a weekend shooting investigation. Bradenton police detectives are looking for a person who may be responsible for injuring 2 men. Police releasing a photo of a dark green Nissan Xterra SUV that they believe could be involved in the shooting. They're also asking for help identifying the person in this photo. Police say it happened along State Road 64 Saturday afternoon. Officers called to a crash when they found both the driver and passenger had been shot. The 22 and 24-year-old victims were taken to Blake Medical Center for treatment. The driver remains in stable condition. The passenger is recovering in critical yet stable condition. Only a week into the new year, Manatee County detectives also investigating a fatal shooting of a man Saturday in Bradenton. Detectives are also trying to crack unsolved murders from the last year. In all, there were 22 homicides in the Manatee County last year. Sheriff's officials say one of the county's most puzzling unsolved murders was the report of a burglary in early July in East Manatee County that ended up being a murder. A reward of up to $8,000 is still being offered for information that leads to an arrest in that case. In addition, $5,000 is being offered by the Gold Star Club of Manatee County. Sheriff spokesperson Dave Bristow highlights tips from the public in solving cases like this.
A lot of times, information from the public is what can really push it over the top. You've got a good, strong case, but you just need that one last thing that will allow you to have the probable cause that you need to make the arrest.
Anyone with information about any of the unsolved homicide cases can call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office at 747-3011, or you can remain anonymous and be eligible for an award by calling Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS.
Hurricane Irma cost the state of Florida big bucks, and that's expected to reflect in this year's state budget. Representative Julio Gonzalez of Venice says the cost of the storm may have wiped out the state's reserves. State officials have not yet fully assessed how much the storm will cost Florida. Economists forecast that the damage will cost between $25 and $45 billion. But the cost will likely add up quickly, since the state is also dealing with additional expenses associated with housing evacuees from Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands following Hurricane Maria. State leaders say both deadly storms taught them some valuable lessons and raised issues on where they need to improve. Meanwhile, weather and climate disasters have cost the U.S. $306 billion last year. 2017 saw hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria pound the U.S., followed by wildfires that include the largest the California has ever seen. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says it has seen an upward trend in billion-dollar disasters since it began tracking them in 1980. Scientists attribute that to more extreme weather caused by global warming. They also say more people are living in danger zones, making disasters more expensive when they occur. And we certainly have talked about that here at ABC7, just the trend of all the natural disasters that have happened over the past year.
And of course, we dealt with one last summer, in September, with Hurricane Irma. Well, today on the Sun Coast, it felt a little bit warmer out there, which was kind of nice after last week. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Yeah, a little warmer today. And by the way, the natural disasters across the world, Harvey ranks second in the world natural disasters as far as loss goes, monetarily over $191 billion, making it the most damaging storm in the recorded history here in the United States, passing, I should say, Katrina, set back in 2005. Well, here's a look at the Titan radar picture now, showing this area of low pressure developing over the lower Mississippi Valley. We have a trough out ahead of it, producing some showers and storms there. And right now we have some clouds around, but finally in the 70s. After a very cold week last week. Let's hope that was it for the winter as far as extreme cold goes. Dew point temperature now at 60, and winds are out of the east-southeast at 6. That dew point temperature is important because that will indicate how cool things are going to get. It can't go below that as far as temperature goes, so 60 looks like to be pretty much close to the low temperature tonight. 63 on the current temp in Jacksonville, at 71 in Sarasota, 74 in Miami, and your evening planner looks to be pretty good. If you have any plans, it looks to be okay. Just a few clouds around. More in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thanks so much. Growers are still dealing with the effects of Hurricane Irma and citrus greening, but Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan is trying to help. President Trump signed Buchanan's Emergency Citrus Disease Response Act into law. Buchanan meeting with Florida citrus growers in Mayaca City today and talked about that legislation. The measure was signed into law as part of a tax cut bill. It will make it less costly for farmers to replace trees damaged by citrus greening and provides tax incentives for growers who can't afford to replace those damaged trees. In the long run, it will also help preserve jobs.
So this will give them the incentive to either attract money or capital or keep more of what they earn so they can replant. And they create, tens of thousands of jobs in this industry, so it's a big deal to them.
Buchanan also talked about a disaster aid package that's under consideration now by Congress.
Open enrollment for the 2018-2019 school year is now underway in Manatee County. Starting today, parents can enroll their high school students in schools other than the one that they're currently zoned in for next school year. The open enrollment session is the only time during the year when parents can apply to have their child attend another school without giving a specified reason for that move.
Because we do have some different programs that are offered at some different schools, so this is their students' opportunity to access those programs.
Applications are available during the choice application session online at manateeschools.net by clicking Hot Topics and then School Choice. Parents of high schoolers can choose their school until January 19th. Parents of middle schoolers can start next month, and elementary school parents can do so in March.
Sarasota County School District is considering plans to build a new elementary school in Sarasota. That new school would be located near Ashton Elementary, which is close to reaching capacity. This new school is still just in the proposal stages right now, but if approved, county officials want the school constructed within the next 5 years. Well, get your baseball caps ready. Spring training is fast approaching. Today marks the first day of minicamp at Ed Smith Stadium for the Baltimore Orioles. Pitchers starting their day outdoors, spending the start of this 3-day camp on the field. We could see some rain in the coming days, so the group is ready to move inside to the covered cages if they need to get their work in. The Orioles will play their first spring training game against the Rays at Ed Smith Stadium on Friday, February 23rd. Tickets for all spring training games, by the way, go on sale this Saturday, and then pitchers and catchers officially report February 23rd.
Wow.
I'm sorry, 13th. February 13th for spring training.
I feel like we just got done with spring training here on the Sun Coast, and now it's back. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, fast year.
Well, let's check in with ABC7's business commentator Richard Stern, who joins us now. Richard, I understand the records are continuing to fall on Wall Street this week.
Well, Jacqueline, you understand it exactly correctly. 3 indices that we follow every day, 2 of them record closes today. The one that did not close at an all-time record high, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. In fact, the S&P closed higher. NASDAQ closed higher, and we've seen just last week, the first few days of the week, came out, in fact, with pretty darn good gains. Let's take a look at the numbers as they are right this minute. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down almost 13 points, not much, not even 0.1% at 25,283 even. That on volume of 644 million shares. The NASDAQ for the day had another very strong day, down 21 points. Not quite 0.3% at volume of 1,773 million shares. And the S&P, yes, there's another gain, not quite 5 points, not quite 0.2%. That on a volume of closing 2,747.71. Well, we've seen some retailers who absolutely knocked it out of the park during the months of November and December, and we've seen others that just haven't been able to stay out of their own way. Well, there you see Kohl's, and they in fact announced a terrific period for November and December. Their same-store sales were up by more than 7%, most impressive, and in fact investors were equally impressed. For the day, shares of Kohl's were up by 4.7%. The company said it is seeing increase in sales in all areas and in all areas geographically. So Kohl's, which had been one of the retailers struggling lately, is not struggling anymore. It's nice to see some of those retailers headed in the right direction.
There aren't many of them these days, that's for sure, Richard.
Absolutely.
You also have some news on GoPro, those little cameras.
Those little cameras. Well, those little cameras might be going away, I don't know. But shares of GoPro were down by a whopping 13% today. The company said it is in fact cutting 20% of its employee base and is putting itself up for sale. So that is not a very good combination of factors.
Boy, it sure isn't, yeah. Okay, Richard, thanks so much for the update.
You are welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, how the cold weather is affecting one Northeast airport with an unlikely cause delaying flight arrivals.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, if you're looking to lose a few pounds this year, we'll have a list of some of the most effective diets for you to try.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
We are problem solvers striving for answers. Relevancy on every platform. We are driven to create content that's compelling, engaging, where it matters. We are neighbors that care about solutions, believers in making a difference, leaders, innovating in an exciting era of multimedia, reaching to always be the gold standard in our evolving landscape. We are Raycom Media. Find your opportunity today.
It's time to go boating, but first, don't miss the 17th annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 11th to the 14th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free and on-site parking is only $5. January 11th through the 14th. Visit GoBoatingFlorida.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
It's time to go boating, but first, don't miss the 17th annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 11th to the 14th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free and on-site parking is only $5. January 11th through the 14th. Visit GoBoatingFlorida.com for more information.
Now to the lingering effects of the brutal winter weather across much of the country. Record-breaking deep freeze forcing the closures of schools along the East Coast. Many parts of the nation bracing for a bit more misery before a reprieve. ABC's Ariel Reshef is in New York with the latest.
That brutal deep freeze that gripped much of America now slowly beginning to thaw, but parts of the country still reeling from record-breaking lows. The frigid weather causing a frozen pipe to burst at New York's JFK airport. Inches of water gushing from the ceiling and covering the floor. More than 100 flights canceled and some diverted.
It is like the Hunger Games over here.
That issue compounding problems plaguing one of the nation's largest airports after a turbulent weekend. Planes waiting for hours on the tarmac, mounds of luggage piling up.
The bottom line is that the overall performance in terms of getting passengers to gates, getting them unloaded in a timely fashion was completely unacceptable.
In parts of the Southwest and Midwest, preparations overnight for freezing rain. Fears of icy driving conditions already closing schools from Atlanta and the Carolinas to New Jersey. Lake Michigan and Chicago, a sea of slush. Further north, New Hampshire's Mount Washington was the second coldest place on Earth this weekend at -90. And it's not just the cold weather affecting people across the country. From Los Angeles to San Francisco, heavy rains expected in the next 24 hours, bringing an end to a drought and possible flash flooding.
And we're not out of the woods just yet here in New York. Places from the south all the way up the East Coast could experience an icy mix, including snow and sleet throughout the day before a warm-up tomorrow. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Yeah, the new year has been quite a winter so far.
It has. Yeah, we have some changes here, not significant like we saw last week, but it will be a little bit cooler. I know I had a chance to get out there and play a little golf with my father and a couple brothers. It was cold in the morning, but it warmed up in the afternoon yesterday. Not too bad out there. Similar conditions today, not nearly as cold to start things off, though, into the mid-50s. So we're looking for a warmer week ahead. Temperatures will be at or slightly above the normals for this time of year right through Friday. There's a chance for a few showers in the forecast Tuesday and Wednesday. Not much. Better chances come Friday as this low pressure area develops to the west of us. It will swing a cold front our way, and a stronger cold front, not as strong as we saw the last one, but still a pretty strong cold front considering temperatures will drop below average for the weekend. So some storms developing along the front right now to the west of us. This is military exercises, a military shaft that's moving up from the Keys right now, so no showers down there at this point, but this is the legitimate rainfall where the area of low pressure continues to develop over the lower Mississippi Valley, a little trough out ahead of it, generating some showers and some thunderstorms too. These will stay to our west, no problems with these through this evening or most of tomorrow for that matter. We have a slight chance for a few showers late tomorrow afternoon as it gets closer to us. But for the time being, things are cloudy. That's about it. Temperature 71. Finally get a chance to say 70. And the dew point temperature at 60. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 6. And the pressure now at 30.06. It is slightly falling at this point. Current temperature Jacksonville at 63, at 69 in Orlando, 74 in Miami now, Key West at 72 degrees, and Gulf water temperature has cooled to 58 degrees. We'll have more on that Gulf water temperature, what it means for the snook too. Snook are having some issues at this point as far as they're not able to handle this cold water as much as some of the other hardier fish. 75, the forecast high for tomorrow, generally into the mid-70s. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds, more clouds than sun. And as I mentioned, that light chance for a few passing showers later on in the day. Well, again, the national picture not showing much as far as cloud cover goes over the central U.S., but 36 in Minneapolis now, 37 in Chicago. Temperature is 36 in Cleveland. This is much better, much better than it had been all week last week when they were in the deep freeze. Temperature at 35 in Boston. Highs will be in the 40s in Chicago, 41 and 44 in St. Louis, and 53 in Memphis. Atlanta will top out at 55 degrees. Well, here's a look at the boating forecast tomorrow. East winds at 10 knots. We'll have seas running right around 2 feet. There'll be a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature, there it is, 58 degrees. And UV index will be a 6 tomorrow. And 72 for area beaches. Low tide upcoming, 9:03 for Sarasota Bay. A high tide will be at 2:26 and a low tide at 10:40. Tonight, mostly fair to partly cloudy skies. Again, not a wind chill problem. That's an old graphic there. And we'll be warmer tomorrow. High temperatures. Here's a look at the 7-day. 75 tomorrow for a high. Low temperature 61. Lows tonight will be in the low 60s, as I mentioned earlier. 20% chance for a shower on Tuesday. Wednesday at 30%. Then we get a little break there. A little bit more sunshine on Thursday with a high of 76 degrees. And then a 50-50 chance at showers and maybe isolated thunderstorms come late Friday and into early Saturday morning. Then we cool down. Low temperatures into the upper 40s on Saturday and Sunday morning. And then 62 for your high on Sunday only, when the low is 42 degrees to start things off on Monday, which is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Well, much more in our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to First Alert Traffic. We're seeing a little bit more red on the map at this hour. Some congestion for drivers between Palmetto and downtown Bradenton on the bridges over the Manatee River. Also some backup on 41 in both Manatee and Sarasota counties. But no crashes to report, and I-75 looks clear as well. Jacqueline?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, if you find yourself having trouble losing weight, we have some suggestions for diets with the best results. U.S. News and World Report evaluating 40 of the most popular diets and ranking some of the best. Overall, it found the DASH diet and Mediterranean diets were the most successful and tied for first place. They're also the top diets for people living with diabetes and healthy eating. Weight Watchers is also best for weight loss and is ranked the best commercial diet plan. As for the easiest diet plan to follow, Mediterranean once again taking the top spot. If you find yourself heading up north this winter, you may find piles of white snow lining driveways and the sidewalk. ABC's Stephanie Ramos explains why not shoveling properly can turn into a perfect storm for your health.
All over the country, a bomb cyclone has left driveways and sidewalks covered in snow. If you're going out to shovel it, be careful. You don't want to end up in it. Many people die every year from heart attacks while shoveling snow. The sudden increase in strenuous exercise, all without warming up, puts sudden stress on your heart. Add severe cold weather, and it can be a shock to your cardiac system. And this is even more dangerous if you have heart disease. These stressors can lead to an abnormal heart rhythm, even a heart attack. So take these precautions. Make sure to warm up for 10 to 15 minutes beforehand, even if it's just jogging in place inside. Shovel small chunks of snow so it's not too heavy, and take breaks often. Of course, if you have any concerns about your health and shoveling snow, talk it over with your doctor. You may want to hand over the job to someone else. And if you decide to shovel snow this winter, remember, there's no prize for finishing first. Take your time. With this Medical Minute, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
Coming up, why some travelers in New Jersey saw a strange sight during their morning commute. And it's a dream come true for pizza lovers, how this robot is changing the world one pizza pie at a time.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call. Let us give you some peace of mind.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
An oil tanker that crashed into a ship off the coast of China is in danger of exploding. Experts say an explosion would release poisonous gas into the air, endangering rescue workers that are searching for 31 people that went missing in that crash. One body was found by search and rescue teams. All crews on board the ship it crashed into have been rescued. That tanker is carrying about $60 million worth of Iranian oil.
Some New Jersey commuters saw this as they entered a subway terminal this morning. Officials say someone stole a police SUV and crashed it at an entry area that leads to a waiting room. Police arrested the suspect at the scene and are investigating a motive. No one was injured in that accident. Well, some good came out of this year's winter freeze for one Connecticut man. Thanks to lots of snow and freezing temperatures, he built an igloo that is over 10 feet tall. It comes with built-in benches and lights and even has a working fireplace. The man behind the project says he does it every year for the neighborhood kids so that they get a chance to unplug and get some outdoor time. And with more snow on the way, he's considering expanding that igloo.
This is something almost everyone can appreciate, a robot that can make pizzas. Rodimon is the brainchild of engineers at Prisma Labs and the University of Naples in Italy. Their goal was to create a robot that could manipulate deformable objects like pizza dough. This could open the door to machines to tackle more typically human-executed tasks. Well, famed pizza chef Enzo Coccia was brought in to teach Ridoman the ropes, so to speak. Coccia wore a biokinetic sensor suit that allows the robot to mimic his movements. The project is still in development, but the team is hoping to debut the robot at the Naples Pizza Festival in 2019. That sounds like a nice place to go, the Naples Pizza Festival.
Right? Dream come true right there. And I foresee these little pizza making robots in people's homes in the future. Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't know, just that human touch. You know, someone who really knows how to make a pizza.
Oh,
that's the best.
Nice.
So I'll go with Enzo there every time.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the city of Venice looking closely at buildings in the area, how it could help one fire station in the city.
And the cold is wreaking havoc on many sea turtles in the state, how Moat Marine Lab is helping other turtles dealing with even colder conditions.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.